Tippy time my damies, Topgate here and welcome back to the channel. This build took me by complete surprise as we got a stealth buff to one of Destiny's least used exotics. The Tommy's matchbook has a function similar to that of the Touch of Malice where it would give you bonus damage, but you would burn out your health bar if you held the trigger down. At some point Bungie has gone and changed this, so now it just eats your shield, so you still actually have 100 health. However, this did not stop me from adding 9 ways to give us overshields, resists, restores, heals and cures, allowing us to lay down on that trigger to eat all damage and deal tons in return. If you like this video, please thumb it. If dim is working, there will be one in the description below. With all that said, we begin by taking a look at the Tommy's matchbook, and its trait is Ignition Trigger. Sustained fire with this weapon overheats it. This increases the damage and burns the user. This takes 25 rounds to activate out of your massive 100 round mag for an enormous double damage buff. Now both its trait and its catalyst will allow your health bar to return a lot faster whilst in hipfire mode, of which I'd highly recommend using it in this way. Its stats are actually remarkable for making easy cross map hipfire kills. With hammer porch rifling and handlaid stock, this thing is an absolute laser beam. Now the matchbook will no longer actually kill us, but we're going to take on an insurance policy with the Precious Scars. Its armor perk, Kintsugi, final blows from weapons with a damage type matching your subclass energy create a burst of healing around you. The initial kill is going to give you 100 heal, and every second kill will continue to give you that 100 heal. Also, after reviving or being revived, you gain an aura that provides overshields to you and nearby allies. As always, Sol Invictus. Solar ability final blows create sunspots. Now these scorch, but what we really want to do is step inside them to activate restoration, so we can regenerate our health and shields over time. Now we are using the baby hammer, but this isn't primarily for a bonk hammer strat. We want to utilize its ability to cure us upon collecting it. Ember of Torches. Our powered melee attacks against combatants make you and nearby allies radiant. Now we get both restoration and radiant from one hammer kill to begin our loop, and with 100 rounds in the matchbook, death is a certainty. With both Ember of Solace and Imperium we extend these buffs. Solace will push out the timer for a max of 13 seconds, and Imperium, solar weapon or ability final blows extend the duration of restoration and radiance effects applied to you. So already you can begin to see both the damage output and heals stacking with this build. In Season 20 we are using Firebolt Grenades. In the Artifact we're using both Flare Up and Rain of Firebolts. Flare Up will increase the Scorch stacks for our grenade, so when enemies are tightly packed the Scorch will share and create ignitions. Rain of Firebolts gives us that second charge, so if our enemies are a little more spread out, we are still able to trigger ignitions to clear out rooms. And the new fragment, Ember of Resolve, Solar Grenade Final Blows will cure you. This is a ×1 cure, so it's only about 50% of your health bar, but it is instant. With 2 grenades, a hammer, and your helmet healing you, and a full-time restoration, you feel unkillable even whilst you're chewing away your own health bar. Now you can use either Roaring Flames or Consecration for your last aspect. If you love your bonk, go Roaring Flames, however I was using Consecration primarily as a tool to unstop champions with ignitions. It really is dealer's choice though, as without Roaring Flames I did notice my super damage was quite a bit weaker, but as a Soliton I'm kinda used to that anyway, so it didn't really bother me all too much. We're going to kick off our mods in Orb Production, Solar Siphon mod and Heavy Handed. This way with a 100 round Tommy gun and a baby hammer for kill and collects, it's never been easy to pump out those orbs. Both myself and my allies were running the shield break in the artifact for orb production in the battlegrounds, and I'm sure you know how many void shields there are in there. Yet somehow every time I still outslayed both in kills and orb production. And with better already, your health begins to regenerate immediately after picking up an orb of power. As I'm putting this video together, it's truly dawning on me now how much health this build actually gives you. Slot on emergency reinforcement and we can't be stopped. When your shields become broken, you can gain a temporary damage reduction. This consumes 3 or more stacks of armor charge, granting us a longer duration to the damage reduction for each charge consumed. Now most of the time I find this mod actually goes unused, however it is nice for those times you are caught off guard and will be really great inside of GMs. giving you 5 seconds of resist to either stand and fight or push out to safety. Concussive dampener times 1. Honestly, this season I don't think I've got a build that hasn't used at least one of these, and even with all the heals we've already got, this mod is still vital. And the last of my survivability is proximity ward. This gives us overshields when we are performing our finishes. We've gone this far to protect ourselves, so it seems only fitting to go all the way. We're using time dilation, stacks on stacks, and a solar surge mod. This gives us a further damage bonus, and with 3 armor charges it'll last for 45 seconds. So with both overheat, our solar surge mod, and radiant active, we have a massive 270% weapon damage bonus, taking our crits from 2084 to 5686. So with all our fragments and mods, just with one toss of the hammer, we can produce an amazing damage bonus and healing bonus that with the Tommy's matchbook will clear out arenas of all your foes. Now the Tommy's only downside is its reload speed, so I'm going to chuck on a solar loader. But with this 100 discipline double grenade build, I've actually taken to grenade cancelling the reload, to cut that animation in half to keep our onslaught rolling. My final 4 mods are considered dealer's choices, with heavy ammo finder, hands-on, impact induction, and outreach. I did find these helped embellish the build, but I would often swap these around depending on the encounter I'm in. But at the end of it all, the Tommy is now the tits. With its stealth buff, it's gone from mean to magic, and with this build's heals and resist, you can now kill everything but yourself. That's the vid, my damies. If you liked it, thumb it. All questions and suggestions are welcome down below. I'll upload a dim the moment it's active again, and as always, tippy time, my damies. What a tie.